Well, it says I'm live. Let me correct this down just a little bit there so I can get everything in here. Hopefully, well, old t-shirt looks sloppy. My old shirts are getting a little bit sloppy on me now. I've lost some weight. Uh, I'm trying to drop a few pounds. I'm down to 206 is what I weighed in the other day. That's as low as I've been in a long time. I'd like to get up under 200 if I could. Hey, Joy. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to lose some of this baby fat that I've got. Uh, like I said, I'm 206. That's as low as I've been in a long, long time. But it makes these some of these old T-shirts I'm wearing kind of fall off of me. Yeah, that's right. I have. Uh, I've laid off the cheese and hey, Zach, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Yeah, as you see, these old T-shirts and uh, this was an old work shirt that I'm wearing. It's kind of getting a little bit sloppy on me here, but I'm wearing it anyway up here at the shop and trying to, like I said, shed a few pounds, get rid of some of this baby fat and all that good stuff. Hey, Chris. Uh, yeah, you made it on time before I quit this week. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to, I'm going to kind of sit back and relax this week. I'm not going to be in a rush. I've been rushing around trying to get all the debris cleaned up down at the house and here on the farm. I mean, I got a ton of work to do. I mean, I'm having to work hard at it every single day to just get out there and grind up debris and everything and cut these trees down. I mean, we had when I think I found all the trees that are need to come down. I find more. I've gotten uh, a bunch on the ground, and I need to put a few more on the ground too. Yeah, well, the mulching, I'm mulching away, Chris. I'm mulching away. Got a bunch of scrap metal out of the yard. Yeah, I've done that too. I took my scrap metal bin. I had a scrap metal bin here beside the shop, and I had it picked up and sent down to the scrap metal place. I kind of think they shorted me, but once they got their trailer back, I've not, I didn't even see how much it weighed in. I don't know what all they tried to charge me, or they didn't give me. They gave me very crappy scrap metal prices. I know that. The one that I had the trailer with, they've always been bad about kind of shortchanging you and not giving you good credit for good metal and that sort of stuff. I should have taken some of that metal out and taken it down to the competing scrap metal place, which I always think gives me a better price. But that's what you get sometimes when you're dealing with that. Yeah. Yeah. I got plenty of free chips. Of course, I've got probably an acre of chips over at my dealership over there where the Ford dealership, the Napa store, and everything is. I let the guy that actually is doing work at my house, I let him dump his chips over there on the side of my yard over there, and I probably have an acre or better of just wood chips over there, and I need to get those moved over here when can. Yeah, yeah. I need to. I should have. Like I said, I cheated myself last time by just not checking on that good. But sometimes, you do what you do. You think you're doing the right thing, and you don't. Uh, and in this case, I didn't. Um, I let the uh, I let the guy pick up the trailer, and I had no way of checking behind him and everything. And they sent me a check, and I think they cheated me. But what do you do? It's scrap metal, and it was in their trailer, so I had no way of you know, kind of counterbalancing that. I did get a little bit of money out of it and that sort of stuff. But that's what you get sometimes with scrap metal place. Oh yeah, yeah. The chips they'll turn to dirt eventually. And actually, I took some. I had a pretty good pile down here at the house of some that I'd taken from my dealership. Had them in a big pile, and I took that mulcher and mulched them down even finer. And oh, it really brought it down. It makes me want to go over to the dealership and and mulch those down over there a good bit too to make them more like soil because I don't need them as chips. You know, get all the nutrients out of them you can, and then just have some decent soil. And that's what I like to do. And if I had a way of mixing in with some manure and everything, I'd really have some really nice soil. But it's rich in nitrogen and everything with the way it is. And so if you need some nitrogen added, uh, you can do that and make some good stuff. Yeah, yeah. A lot of people use these chips for a lot of different things. I turn them. I get my track hoe and or my skid steer, and I turn mine a good bit and try to make it into good soil. And you know, I think it looks pretty good when you do it like that. But we'll see. I'm trying my best to make the most out of it that I can, and we'll see what becomes of it. Right now, the cleanup is the big thing. The cleanup is just taking a tremendous amount of my time, and it just and equipment too. I had my big track hoe, my big excavator, that Cato 550, out this week, and I was using it, and all of a sudden, for one thing, I've had two big issues with it. I went through a lot of hydraulic. Evidently, I got something uh, on the track, and it hit the bottom of my petcock that's on the bottom of my hydraulic fluid tank, and it ripped it off, just broke it off. And I had to get it and plug it back up. But I lost about 55 gallons of hydraulic fluid. And if anybody's bought hydraulic fluid lately, you know how expensive that is. All right. Well, I got that fixed, got everything working fine. And I was using it the next day. And the next day I blew a hose on it, on the arm. So, and anybody gets those big hydraulic hoses knows how expensive that is. So that was $300. $300, filled it back up with hydraulic, lost about a gallon, you know, when I probably 3 or 4 gallons of hydraulic when it blew that hose. Get it hooked up and made the trip to Gastonia to get it, the hose, everything. Then I come back. What happens? As soon as I crank it up, the hose on the opposite side blows. I thought immediately before I did it, I said, I should have fixed both hoses. So now we got both hoses fixed, got it filled back up. All in all, I have probably put 65, 70 gallons of hydraulic fluid back into my track hoe. I mean, it's something, but it is what it is. Hey, Jamie, glad to see you in here. Yeah. Yeah, I got some cedar in it, not as much. I mean, more of it's pine and oak and maple and just whatever. I mean, there's not much. You don't see much cedar in it. Occasionally, you see a little bit, but I mean the cedar trees don't get chewed up as much. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, yeah. The same way with. Don't wish me any bad luck. I hadn't had any cooling problems yet, but yeah, that is an issue. As soon as you fix one hydraulic hose, another one blows somewhere else. I mean, hydraulic just goes to the weakest point. I mean, you're putting everything in under pressure. You put a brand new hose over here. Now this hose over here, that's opposite of it, it is going to have more pressure against it, and it's weaker now. So that's why they blow sometimes, I think. I mean, you almost, when they start blowing, when those things start blowing, you need to almost just give it up and say, hey, let's just go ahead and replace a whole bunch, because that's what's going to happen. I mean, those things, they seem to go in pairs every time. I mean, very rarely on those big ones do you fix just one hose, or really any of them, but the big ones especially. I mean, this Kato 550, it's got that inline 6-cylinder diesel, Mitsubishi diesel. Good, smooth sounding engine. I love the way the engine sounds on my big excavator. But everything else, like I said, it can be expensive to repair and stuff like that. But I don't have much in the machine. It's got a lot of slop in the bucket. You know, I don't even show it much online, because I know, sure as I show it online, people are going to say, well, those tracks are looking wore out. That boom looks wore out. I know that. I know all of that. I bought a wore out machine to a degree, because I bought it for practically nothing. I bought it for less than what you can buy an old farm tractor, and it can do 10 times the work than an old farm tractor can do. I mean, it does the work, and it's doing great work down here on the farm for me. And it is just for my farm. So I don't need it to go to a customer's place. I don't need for it to do anything fancy. If it breaks, it's down here on my farm. So, you know, it's not going to be transported anywhere. So whatever it is, it is. And that's the way I look at it. But I mean, the hydraulics are so strong on it. That's what I love about it. I mean, if I need to pick up something that's extremely heavy, boom, I can pick it up with that baby. I mean, that thing has got the strength. And if I need to dig a huge hole, I can do it. I mean, I can bury this building in no time flat almost. I mean, it is that strong. I mean, I can dig out a crater and no time, no time flat. But you know, like I said, all these people with these expensive, high dollar, $250,000 excavators, I don't compete with that. But the one thing I do compete with, I can get a lot of work done here on the farm without it costing me an arm and a leg. I cannot even rent a month's rent, one of these big excavators down here, put it down here on the farm. A month's rent would be more than what I have in my excavator. So to me, it's a good deal. And I bought it back. I bought it back a little over a year ago. I had this excavator. I bought it originally 25 years ago, and used it a lot then, and then sold it to my buddy. And I've told the story. He passed away about 3 years ago now. I bought it back from his family, and because they didn't need it and they had no need for it at all. So I bought it back from them, and now I'm using it down here on the farm. And I sold it to him at a good deal. I bought it back at a good deal, and it's working out good for me. And I just keep on keeping on with it. So that's what you got to do. Well, it's a it's a Kato, Kato, Kato 550 excavator. You can look it up. They still make them. It's a good excavator. Mine is probably if I had to guess, it's probably a 80 model, 80, 81 model, 82 model. It's old, but the engine runs good. It could be newer than that. It could be an 85. Could be an 85. I'm trying to think back in terms of how long I've had it. I bought it originally um, before I bought it. I bought it when we built my son's house, and that was in I want to say early 2000, late 19. Let's see, no, it was in 2000s, I think, probably around 2000, 2001. Uh, that we built his house, and that's when I bought the machine. The machine, to give you a background story of it, it was one the city of Gastonia had it, and it caught on fire. The dash had caught on fire, and they sold it at auction. It didn't have that many hours on it. The engine and everything ran pretty good. A guy in Kings Mountain bought it, and I bought it from him. He didn't use it much. I bought it from him, and originally I had some pins replaced on it. I had one pin that was really bad, so I had it replaced. But it is what it is. It's just an older excavator that I can get a lot of work out of. So that's it. Oh yeah, I couldn't afford a contractor to come down. I mean, I had a contractor, 2 years ago to come down, clean out my pond and do a lot of work around here, and then help pave part of my road. I ended up spending $55,000 there. 55,000. I mean, that hurts you to say that at one time, but I did a lot of work and got some things cleaned up, but fixing my pond and everything else, and part of my road. $55,000 is a lot of money to lay out. In my opinion, it is. Yeah, but we work on this equipment and and try to make the best of it. Uh, and then I don't put a lot of it out on YouTube. I probably should put some, but you know, uh, like I said, I can use the old excavator. I got two pieces of track that's broke on it. I know that, but it's still fine. It's not going anywhere here on the farm. I got I mean the tracks still move good. It still gets around good. It's got some big mud tracks on it. Uh, I've got uh, uh, well, I'm trying to think. Anyway, the main thing I'm doing right now is using it to get some of this debris back, and I got a chipper because I found out I can't really burn some of this wood because I'm too close to the rest home up here. I can't. I don't want to risk getting a lawsuit against me for burning near a rest home. So through advice of other people, they said you better chip it up. So I'm taking that method, and that's what I'm trying to do is excavate it and chip it and everything else, along with all the tornado damage that I had. Trying to clean up with that too. So the old machine's coming in handy. I mean, I pushed over I had a tree that was sort of precarious in a precarious situation, and it was going to be tough to cut down because of the way it could kick back on you. It had fallen over against another tree, and it's sort of dangerous. And I was able to get the excavator and basically just pull it back and got it on the ground. And when you can do stuff like that and get some of these scary looking trees on the ground, I think that helps the situation a lot better. It's a lot easier to cut up something on the ground than it is leaning against something in a very precarious situation. So that's where I'm at on that. And hopefully one day I can get most of this cleaned up. but y'all will probably be hearing about me cleaning up for the next month or so anyway, because I have got a tremendous amount of cleanup to do, and probably won't even get it all done then. I'll probably just have to get to a stopping point and say, this is enough for right now, and we'll come back and get some more later. Uh, let Mother Nature take its choice. Oh yeah, yeah, it really does, Walter. Like I said, some of this older equipment, I'm sort of like the guys that watch Diesel Creek. Sometimes this older equipment it fits the bill. It fits the bill. It gets things done for you that you need done, and that's what I'm after. Uh, I'm not trying to show off the latest and greatest excavator. I'm not trying to have all the fanciest equipment. I mean, I got some nice equipment. My skid steer is nice, and uh, it doesn't have a ton of hours on it. Bought it brand new, and my mini excavator is nice, and then my little tool cat, I like that. All three of those I bought brand new years ago. Got them paid for, and so I don't have to worry about things on that. Uh, I let the business help me pay for them, and now that the business is uh, not in the trucking business anymore, I'm using them for myself, so it works out great. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I've got some people. I don't use a chainsaw uh, as much myself anymore. One reason because of my heart problems, and the other problem is I don't have the upper body strength. I mean, I used to be a pretty stout guy uh, several years ago, and I had a good bit of upper body strength like everybody else. But now that I've lost weight and just losing, having this heart issue, I've lost a lot of my upper body strength, and plus I'm getting older. I'll be 73 next month, and so you don't expect a 73-year-old guy to get out and do heavy lifting like he did when he was 55, or 40 or whatever. And that's the case. I mean, I just do not have the upper body strength, and I get tired a lot quicker too because of my heart problems. But it is what it is on that. You live life to the fullest every day, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to, uh, uh, you know, well, it says ads will run shortly for some viewers. Well, guys, I hope you don't. I, I guess it's got the ads popping up on people. Don't leave me if you get an ad. I'll still be mumbling on in the background. Uh, so I didn't know that they're going to do that. It's let me hit this skip ad. Well, let me see if I can hit it. Let me say skip ads. I'm gonna skip ads. I don't want it. I don't want it disrupting what I'm saying right now. Um, I don't need the ads right now. Not on the live. Not on the live portion. If somebody's watching it on replay, they can get an ad. I don't care. I guess that pays. I get my 10 cent or 15 cent for doing a live broadcast. Yeah, yeah. I don't have a pacemaker or anything, but a chainsaw just when you have heart issues, when you've had open heart surgery or bypass surgery, like I've had, things that just beat you hard up here just don't. It doesn't feel safe. I can tell you, I don't feel safe using a chainsaw like I used to. I mean, I used to just grab them, go at it like everybody else, but I don't like stuff rattling my chest like it used to. And that stuff rattles your chest, you might say. So, well, I hope not, Jamie. I hope not. You never know. The people out in the Bronx liked him pretty good, didn't they? get people like Joey up there in New York to help rally behind him. Joey likes to talk politics about Kathy Hochul and everything else. And it's crazy. I saw some of the politics, like Kathy Hochul. She called people that went out to the rally clowns. Now, how are you going to call your constituents clowns? I mean, they are so bad at name calling good people just because their politics are different. I mean, they want a one party system, it seems like. Yeah. Yeah, I think he showed them right quick that a lot of diverse. It was a very diverse crowd, and they accused him of everything. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, yeah. Harrison Buckner laid it to him, and he got ridiculed by being a smart, intelligent, and forthcoming guy that has a good family-based person, and they wanting to ridicule him because he said that being a housewife was probably where a lot of the women would be, and be a homemaker, and they just jumped all over that like he had committed a crime. I mean, they don't care if your children's genitals get chopped off. They don't care if you got them all these trans people, but you tell somebody that your wife is going to be a homemaker, oh, they think you have committed a crime. And he's talking about wholesome, good things for a family, and they're saying that that's a crime, as opposed to these people to say, oh yeah, we're going to not let you know about your children being mutilated, or we're trying to indoctrinate them into changing their identities and everything. That's not a crime in those ultra liberal peoples. I mean, the ultra liberal are the ones that I think everybody, the woke people, it's what everybody's against right now, the majority. But then they listen to those some of these crazy people listen to that and say, oh well, we should go along with them. No, we shouldn't. Let's go along with the majority of the people. The majority of the people want good, wholesome things for their children, their family, their wives, their husbands, everything like that. They don't want this crazy stuff. But Harrison Buckner, he's sticking to his guns. He made another speech at a school, I think it was, just a high school, and just he's sticking to his guns, and he should. He's done nothing wrong. All he did was express his own personal opinion, and that's all it is. He didn't try to hurt anybody. He didn't try to indoctrinate anybody. He just gave his opinion, which should be allowed by all standards, and shouldn't be ridiculed by these lefties. But that's what you get. Well, I think most of us want everything to turn around too, Chris. I mean, this world can't keep going. I had some of my lefty friends, they posted something the other day talking about, oh yeah, the economy is great. No, the economy is not great. The stock market is good, but the stock market is inflated. The stock market is high because of inflation. If you had $100,000 in the bank now, it's probably it's probably only worth $50,000 in the buying power that it used to get. I mean, that's what you got to. I mean, you can change the denominations of everything. I mean, what it takes to buy something for $50. I mean, everybody knows. I mean, look at the cost of fuel. Like I was talking about the cost of hydraulic oil a while ago. Hydraulic oil's gone through the roof. It's doubled from what it was just a few years ago. So is hydraulic hoses, fuel, anything I'm buying for this Jeep or this Pontiac over here, anything that I buy right now, the price has gone through the roof. I mean, it's gone up at least 30, 40%, sometimes 50 or 100%. And every average person feels that. They don't care what the stock market's doing. I mean, I don't want to see the economy tank, and I like to see it progress. But just because it went up, so did inflation. And the way they're trying to take normal items like groceries and everything out of the inflationary index, so you don't see how much goes up on that, is bizarre. Yeah, cheap hydraulic. Yeah, I paid $48 for a 5 gallon bucket, and I was down one of the tractor places, and they were talking about it being over 100 for a 5 gallon bucket, and I wasn't going to pay that. Fortunately for me, I had some. I got a good deal on some dented 55 gallon drums from Napa when I had my Napa store, and I have them stored over at my other building. But I ran through my last uh, hydraulic 55 gallon when I lost this in the excavator, and then I had to go out and buy. I ended up this week. I bought two hoses that were. I had two hoses that I bought. They were $600, and I bought about $350 worth of just hydraulic oil, and I had probably another 300 that I put in there too. So I spent well over $1,000 just in hydraulic hoses and hydraulic oil just this week, and that's just parts. That's not counting labor, nothing. That's raw parts and everything. I mean, I didn't factor in any kind of labor, and if I'd had to hire an outside mechanic to have done all this, God knows what the price would have been. I mean, fortunately, I have Jim, and Jim and I work in the shop, and Jim's on salary, so I don't have to worry about the fluctuation of having prices going up and down on something like that, because the average Joe doesn't have a mechanic. He's going to be paying those high prices on that too. Oh, the a friend of mine, I thought you'd seen this, Chris. This is a 47. Let me back up here. Whoops. This is a 47 Willis Jeep. I got it up on the lift. I'll give you this is a 47 Willis. Now we're trying to get the steering wheel off of it now, and trying to, it's rusted on the columns so bad. We've had to put PB blaster and a couple other things on there, and we're trying to pull the steering wheel off and replace the horn button and fix a few things on that. Of course, it has some rust in the floorboard. We got to rebuild the floorboard, but we've got the engine running good. The engine sounds nice. It's got one of these Go Devil engines, and we've put a new carburetor, new water pump, new fuel pump, new distributor coil, and rewired it. Jim's done a good job rewiring everything. It had a bunch of loose wires there. And I've got a new radiator. You see the radiator's gone. I got a brand new radiator sitting over here, and a new fuel tank. But that's let me scoot back over here to my desk. But that's the lowdown on the Jeep. Yeah, it's got a good paint job on it. It's got a nice little paint job. And yeah, I've had that about 2 months. We've been working on it about 2 months now and going through it. And I'm real pleased. A friend of mine had it and wanted to sell it to me. His mom and dad's estate. He's been clearing out a lot of stuff on his mom and dad's estate. No, it won't be. It possibly could be ready for the 4th of July parade, but I doubt I'll get it. I got it tagged and everything. We got to put brakes on it now. The master cylinder is all rusted up, so I've got to put brakes on it. And like I said, I got it running good. I just don't have it stopping good right now. So I got to have that. But it, I think it's going to be a handy little vehicle down here on the farm. No, I don't have any flagpoles for it, but you know, it. I think it'll be a fun vehicle, and for me, a lot better than like these side by sides. So many people have these side by side, four wheelers and everything, and to me, those things are a glorified snowmobile. Uh, I don't particularly like those vehicles. I mean, they're belt driven. I mean, they're fast and everything. A lot of people have them, but I see a lot of people wearing them out real quick. This little vehicle back here is not going to wear out quick. Uh, just the opposite. It's going to last forever because of the fact the way the government built it. It's got the 4-cylinder Go Devil engine. The spark plugs are up on the top side, so you're not going to drown it out. I've seen videos, and anybody can pull up the videos how rugged they were in WW2. I mean, they basically won the war for us. These little Jeeps, along with, being able to transport people all over Europe with them, and I think they're fantastic. And so, to me, I mean, that's a workhorse. That's like a tractor. So that's a little tractor that I can get out on the road if I want to. If I want to run it down here to the hardware store, I can, and back, or uptown and back. I'm gonna run 45 miles an hour. That's it. 40, 45 miles an hour. It's not going to be a speed demon by any stretch of the imagination, and it will be able to maneuver my farm just like I want it to. If I want to go out in the where the terrain is rough with the old limbs and trees and everything down all over this farm, I can. Just about anywhere I'll be able to do it. And if I need to pull something, I can. If I can pull a trailer with it, I can pull. I pull a heavy trailer, not just a trailer. I can pull something with a load on it. I can do things like that, which I can't do with a side by side. And to me, that's the way I want to go with it. And have fun with it too. It's a convertible. I'm gonna get out and ride it summertime, springtime, fall of the year. Probably won't use it much in the winter. I don't have a top on it or anything. Don't have a top, don't have a heater. Don't intend to have it like that. But like I said, to me, it's like a tractor. It's a tractor that'll go a little bit faster than a tractor. But if I want to go at the same speed of a tractor, I put it down in low range, 4-wheel drive. And, if I put the PTO on it, which is available, I can make it, pull implements and everything. Some of them even have the 3-point hitch for the back of them. So I've seen a variety of different ways of using these old Willis Jeeps. So to me, it's a great thing to have. Yeah, I think so too. I think the nostalgia of it is great too. And like I said, just the sound of it is neat. I mean, and myself personally, the nostalgia of it. Now, unless you're old as me, you probably don't remember Roy Rogers and his sidekick. And they had a Willis Jeep just like this. They called it Nellie Bell too. The old Jeep was called Nellie Bell. And I don't know why I remember that, but I do. But it's it brings back that nostalgia to me also, because I remember seeing Roy Rogers and Dale Evans and I forget what the guy's sidekick's name was, ride around in that Jeep all over the countryside wherever they were filming, and which I thought was the Wild Wild West anyway. But that kind of stuff is sort of nostalgic for me. So I like that part of it, and I always enjoyed seeing the adventure that they got into, and like I said, go up through hilly uh, parts of the countryside, and Nellie Bell was always doing this, that, and the other. So yeah, I can remember that. I don't know how many other older people remember watching Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, but if y'all remember that, you understand what I'm talking about. Oh, you had an international scout. Yeah, the international scout. My brother-in-law had one of those. We fixed on it one time. Yeah, I know what it is. Yeah, it was the good old days, wasn't it, Jamie? Do you remember Roy Rogers? I suppose Jamie's old enough to remember. He was probably Jamie's about 10 years younger than me, so he uh, he probably was a real small child when that was on. But it was a normal thing for me to watch as a kid on Saturday mornings, watch Roy Rogers and Dale Evans on TV, uh, along with Hopalong Cassidy and Fury and my friend Flicka. those are my days in my youth. Those are some of the good old programs that we watched, and a few cartoons and everything, but mostly those programs we used to love to watch them on Saturday morning. And then uh, Lou Costello and Bud Abbott and Lou Costello, Three Stooges. Those are the days that I grew up with on TV. Oh, Barbara Mandrell, yeah, yeah. Roy Rogers was king of the wild frontier there. No, that's Davy Crockett. He was king of the West out there, and I always sang a song. Got his guitar out and sang a song. Him and Dale Evans, and had the song "Happy Trails." Happy trails to you. Not that I'm a singer, but that was his song. That was his theme song. Was Hey Kevin. Yeah, well, I've ran some short ones in the past couple of months. I've been so busy trying to clean up the debris left from that tornado that hit this area, and I've been trying to get that cleaned up and looking better. I don't think so, Jamie. I like Mike Snyder's version. He said you can't spell crap. You can't spell the word crap without having rap in it. So rapper crap, rapping music is not my kind of thing. I just don't get into it. And unfortunately, they've made some country music sound like that, which sounds terrible to me. Yep, yeah, you have to look up Roy Rogers on YouTube, and you can see Nellie Bell, his trusty Willis Jeep on as a sidekick there. Yep, Kevin, where are you at lately? I haven't heard from you. You out running around today? But yeah, I'm just up here at the shop trying to have a good Sunday morning and kind of review what I've been involved with this week. A lot of cleanup. That's the main thing. Yep, that's right. Just add a C to the front of it, make it crap. Uh, But yeah, I'm not much. I'm not much for that junk. That's for sure. Oh, you're running Walmart for Swift, huh? What you need to do is get out there and run Walmart for Walmart. That pays better than for Swift, I bet. I don't know if y'all have got a terminal nearby, but you know, Walmart drivers get pretty good money. I think they're some of the better paid drivers out there. Swift. I hope you have a good rapport with them. I'm not. I can't say a lot of good about Swift where they treat drivers. I hope they're treating you fine, but you know it is what it is. Trucking has really changed since I've gotten out of it. So I'm not going to make any judgment about it right now. But I'm glad. Oh, let me scoot up here a little bit. I'm glad I'm out of trucking. I'm glad I'm retired and doing my thing up here at the shop, and not having to fight the traffic like I used to. When I get out there now, I it just makes me. I'm sort of in disbelief that I had to put up with that all the time. I mean, luckily I don't live near a 4-lane highway. The nearest 4-lane, well, I mean interstate. There's a 4-lane nearby, but the nearest interstate is about 15 miles away, and I don't get out on it much. Because my wife despises interstate travel, so when I get on it just for a few miles, I told her the other day I need to get her some horse blinders so she doesn't see everything uh, when I'm in traffic, because she totally despises and is fearful of traffic on interstate. So I stay off interstate because of her. But I couldn't have done that when I was working because that's all I ran mostly. Are you going to be done at the end of well, that's good, Kevin. If you can make it to the end of the year, and you probably should be able to, 6 months away. So you're going to hang it up and retire? I mean, that would be good if you can. I'm enjoying retirement. I wish I could have afforded to retire 15 years earlier or 10 years earlier, but I didn't. I kept on, fighting the dollar like everybody else. Although financially, I'm in good shape because of what I did, so I can't complain there. I mean, I don't have to have an additional job after I retired. I'm thankful. I'm thankful for that. Good morning, Jerome. How are you? Glad to see you in here and everything. I hope it won't slow down right now. I saw where it threw an ad up there or something. At least it alerts me now. I should have skipped that one too. I didn't notice that. Yeah, it's. I hope they don't put long commercials in, and I hope they're not putting a crazy political one in there. So we'll see. So I may be talking. If you don't have the YouTube where it knocks out the commercials, I may be talking to myself right now. I don't know, because it said it inserted a commercial. So I hope, hopefully, we can get back to just regular chat here in just a few seconds or whatever. I don't know. I'm not on that end, so I don't know what's going on. I probably ought to set up one so I could see that and see what it's inserting and everything. But it is what it is on that. So we take it in stride. And oh, yeah, okay, well, good, Walter. That's what I have too. I got the premium red or whatever it is, and so I can breeze through all the YouTube channels without an ad. And I like that. It's worth it to me to have that, and than to be interrupted. Yeah, I don't have any of the stress now. My blood pressure is way down low now. Uh, my blood pressure used to be on up there about 150 or whatever. My wife does my blood pressure is like 99/65 now. So I've got low blood pressure. I don't have the okay. Well, if you do that, that's good too then, Chris. Um, hopefully they're putting ads out there that you like. And generally they do, I think. If you're into politics, they'll probably throw politics out there. If you're into tools and stuff, they'll throw other good tools and stuff like that up there, I think. But and that's the way I am. I mean, I get a lot of Vevor ads. I don't know if you see those. I've actually bought a few things that were decent price and from Vevor that was pretty good. Uh, I got what was I got some matting that you put down for that fabric matting that you can put down so I can put rocks over it and whatever. That was pretty good. And I've gotten actually I got some casters that were good too. I got them right down below here. Real nice casters. I think they're 4 inch. Okay. I will pull one out and show y'all. I'm here. Just, I'll pull this out. This came from Vevor. These are some casters, and they're real nice. You got the nylon wheel, solid wheel, swivel with a locking brake. I got 4 of these, and these are big. These are about 5-inch casters. I mean, you see by the size of my hand how big they are. These are the casters I got from Vevor. I bought 4 of these, and what do you think? I'm take a guess at what these sold for. All 4 of them. I bought them four in a package. Just comment down below what you think these probably sold for. I mean, I know everybody's been to Harbor Freight and you bought casters and stuff like that. Like I said, this is a hard nylon type wheel with a little spoke, good ball bearing. It's ball bearing too. So it's not a cheap just bolt through the wheel type thing. It's got actually a ball bearing. As you see it spinning there, that's a ball bearing wheel. And like I said, it's got a locking brake, and all 4 of them swivel, ball bearing swivel. Tell me what you think I paid for them, for all 4 of them. $120 is what Chris said. I've got these from a sawmill. I may get 4 more of them. I've got this from a portable sawmill. I'm gonna put my sawmill on that, and then put some jacks to do the leveling when I get it where I want to. So I've got that so I can move my portable sawmill in and out of the shop, which I have it in the other building. And so that's what I'm thinking right now anyway. All right, come on, give me a price, guys. See if everybody else would give me a guess on here. What you think I gave for those? Chris guessed $120 for all 4. Yeah. Well, everybody seems to be shy about that. You don't want to guess. I gave $45 for all 4 of them. $45. And I thought that was a great deal. I mean, I had no idea how nice they were going to be and how strong they are. I forgot what the weight rating is, but it's a good weight rating too. But I bought all 4 of them for $45 and free shipping. So you looked them up. Yeah. Yeah, I got all 4 of them for $45. So, like, a little over $10 a piece. I thought that was a great deal. I thought that was a great deal, and I looked up Harbor Freight and everybody else, and theirs was twice that or more. And no, well, mine was $45, what mine were for all 4 of them. And it's of course Vevor. I never couldn't understand their prices. They could have it for less, but that's what it was on Vevor. And I've had some stuff that was kind of really cheap from Vevor. I mean, I'm like everybody else. I've done a little spin the thing and got their little junk stuff that they sell, but that wasn't too bad. Uh-oh, that's not good, Walter. Yeah, yeah. On the when it comes to stuff like that, I try to get some good quality stuff. Uh, but it is what it is on that too. It is what it is. Well, guys, I have been on here for about an hour, and that's more than I usually do. Well, lately, so I am going to call it quits because I have got a ton of things to do. But enjoyed talking with everybody, chatting with everybody this morning. But I've got a lot of things to get done, so I better get on and get doing that before Miss Barbara jumps all over me for not getting my stuff done. So I'll see you later. Y'all take care. See you next Sunday.